live on YouTube, so we'll see how long it lasts. Anyway, I just shared over on another platform, over on TikTok, the thrift shop run that I did. So there's a lot of detail over there where I was looking up on the laptop the value of some of the things that I got. And so I gotta tell you, I had, I think, a very interesting, um, a very, very good run this morning at the thrift shop. So firstly, let me explain our channel. We recycle with, we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And it's our way to give the earth a little hug. So, and we're going to get back to crocheting the hats. And I did find, I think, an address for Jamaica from Montego Bay. But it's a little confusing because it's talking about Florida. And this would be where I'm sending the hats to for the persons who, you know, for the Jamaicans who went through this storm, okay? So I'm trying to find a really, I got to do a little more research and just make sure I have a very valid address. So a couple things. The temperature is dropping so dramatically that I decided, okay, wait a minute, I'm going to have to get a winter coat. So this morning, a couple things. I went to the thrift shop, and because, you know, this channel, we tie in a bunch of things. We talk about what's good for the earth, because recycling is good for the earth. And we talk about how, you know, fast fashion is not good for the earth, right? And that if we can buy anything, you know, that is from a thrift shop or flea market, or, you know, something that's been used, that we can use, that's gently been used, that's makes a huge difference in the atmosphere, because anything that you get, it goes into the landfill. When it starts to break down, it's creating more gases to emit into the air. So even if it's one thing that you can find and use at a thrift shop, that's really good. You're extending the life of it. So with that, that's why I went, you know, just checked out the winter coats while I was there with an idea I'm not going to find one. Wait to see what I found. Wait, do you see? I'm so excited that I cannot even. Anyway, now, while I was there, I also was looking for little vessels and whatnot to put my herbs, because, you know, I'm rooting the herbs. And I give you an update over on Vermont Sun and Shade, because Vermont Sun and Shade, I'm bringing you like right along with me on the basil rooting, and now I'm rooting oregano. So I just potted that in a little planter, you know, little planter, flower pot. And we have basil, we have a rosemary I did buy at the store, and a mint I bought at the store, but then I also rooted my own mint. So anyway, with all that, I started to look for little things like this, so I can root more of the herbs in. So these only cost 25 cents. So, I mean, check this out, 25 cents. So I got those. I thought those were really nice find. These go way back too, way back, 1950s. These are little orange juice glasses. I don't know if they're replicas or really from the 50s. And this was like $1, but I got each of them because I could actually plant the herbs in these. So I thought that was a really good buy. Then, because I needed a couple of utensils, and I was checking them out at Walmart. 12, 15, 20 bucks. I kid you not. More for a grater. Granted, it's not a really fancy but look, I only paid 50 cents. Okay, 50 cents for a little spatula. And I wanted this kind of little can opener. It was like 25, 50 cents. This I might use for my artwork. It's really, really, really old. If you paint, you'll know that you can use parts like this of different old utensils to create texture on the canvas. So, and then I got a couple little pieces of silverware. So with that, I'm gonna save the coat for last. Okay, I'm gonna save it for last. I want to share with you. I got some plates, and each of these plates were 25 or 50 cents, except for this one. This one was like $5. Okay. So what I did, I already looked up the value of these. This is Greifenware, and I looked it up on eBay. Greifenware China. And I think these were coming up like $28, $29, something like that. These plates. So this is hand painted. It's just gorgeous. I mean, it's stamped in the back. It's gorgeous. If you're a reseller and you go to the thrift shop, right, and you just take your time and look around, I love reselling. I love it. I love my artwork, but I also love antiques and, vintage and things like that. I just love that. So I got that. And I already cleaned these up. Check this one out though. You see the little pansies painted on it in the upper. You see the iridescent kind of a shine on there? Is that just gorgeous? But look, it's signed 3 different times. It's got a name on there, and then it's got a stamp, and then it's got another. So this is the one that was difficult to read, but it says D and B. So D and B. So this was coming up. I forget what this was coming up. I think it was a decent amount. Anyway, it cost like 25 cents. But this was coming up, I think, in the maybe 13. No. With this here, I think this one was more. This was in the upper 20s also, I believe. This is gorgeous. Okay. And then this one. Look, this one also is stamped. Look at all the stamps on there. The reason the stamps are help you out a lot, even if you think the plate isn't really, really valuable. If someone has a collection of these, and you've got the stamps and everything, even if there is a little chip, it might be more valuable to them to just have that as part of their set for resale. I mean, and if not, I mean, people like me, like you just love the flowers, or like this one, because it's hand painted birds, I just flipped over this. I love this. This is gorgeous. Okay, so it's that. So this one is a good amount too. And this one costs $2, and I think it goes for like 10. It's Fair Winds, and it's stamped and everything. But you know what's funny about this? It says Pluribus Unum, one of many, right? But what's interesting about this? The reason I got it is I thought it kind of matched my little coffee cup I got there for 50 cents last week. That's why I got it. And plus the eagle. So these are going for like sets of like 10 or 15, plates, like just plates like this. They're going for $100. So this is in perfect condition, but it might be part of a set someone's looking for somewhere. This would be a nice piece, to put on eBay, and some collector. This is definitely a collector's plate. It's all over the place on eBay. So anyway, that was my trek for the plates. Now the coat, we had a really fun time with this coat. I tried it on, I had a sweater on. I could not zip it. The shoulders fit fine, the hood, the arms, the length, everything. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, it must be because I'm 66 years old, the midriff, you know? It was a sweater. I got it anyway. I said, I'm going to make this work. Well, I got it home. Hang on, let me show you this coat. Check out this coat. Check out this coat, guys. Okay, now wait till you hear the value of this coat. Wait till you hear. Look, it's tri-color. Check out the inside. The inside, so it's got a pocket on the outside. So as I was looking at it in the store, I kept noticing down here, like in the pocket, there was this in the pocket. There is the pull cord, the paracord that you can pull to tighten the jacket in case you're on the ski slope and the wind is blowing, you gotta tighten it. They're in the pockets and they were pulled all the way. So I knew they were tightened. And I knew I could button this on the inside. So I'm going to try it on, but look at the design on the inside. And this is pretty new. This is not an old coat, right? This is gorgeous. So it is a little snug, and I'm like, I don't care. This will get me through December. And the ladies, we were all laughing about it, but look at this. That's a nice coat. So, I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous. So this coat is on the internet. The tricolor coats are over $600. Burton. They're $443, $663, $725. I spent $15 for this. I knew this was a well-made coat. Burton is known up here in Vermont. Okay? It's very well known in Vermont. I used to get my kids ski pants and stuff in Burton. Okay, look. There was a lady buying Burton ski pants there today. I mean, look at that coat. So the reason it fits me is because in the pocket, this paracord, see, I still actually even have, I kind of lengthened it because this was pulled all the way. And if I cut this, which I don't want to do because this is such a beautiful coat, I would even get 2-3 more inches. So I'm trying to figure out a nice way to get those 2-3 inches. But this is absolutely beautiful coat. So that was my big takeaway today. And look, there's even a zipper in the upper if you want to hide your, whatever it is you're hiding. And there's one on the other side too underneath. Gorgeous. I've never had a coat like this because there's no way I would ever spend $4, $5, $6, $7. You spend $725 for a coat. It's going to come to almost $8. I think that's almost $1,000. So I feel like I really hit the whatever you want to call it today. the lotto. And look, it's got all its tickets. So this is a reseller's paradise. But for me, this is a beautiful winter coat. And this will get me easily it will get me nice and warm to work, which isn't too far, and get me through December easily. And then I may think about looking for another thrift shop coat with a little more length. But anyway, the ladies and I had a lot of fun there today. So the thrift shop that I got this coat at is in Newport, Vermont. And if you go to the thrift shop, it's it's nice and spacey. The ladies are more than happy to help you. And it's called SEE, more. Like you're seeing more, okay? That's the name of it. So anyway, with that, I hope that you have a beautiful day. I just wanted to get on here and share these beautiful plates that I got at the thrift shop. And, I love to just to have things around me that are just lovely to look at, and that's why, like in my book, when I do my poetry, you see you're reading so much imagery on things that are really beautiful, because I really do. I believe it helps your mind, it helps you calm, it's just lovely. And not that my place is decorated, you know, like a little castle or something at all, but it's an artist hub. That's what I'm in. Is an artist hub for the minute. So with that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day, and happy I'm back on here live. I am going to continue to do some videos that I'll just drop. They won't be live, just to let you know. So for the crocheting and whatnot, and I'll be over on the other platforms also doing some live. And I will be posting where you can find A Bridge of Life 2, Part 2, The Traverse, in Kindle, because it's only $2.99, and I'm very, very happy that I figured out how to do that Kindle. So there were some requirements and whatnot that I had a little bit different for my my paperback, but I said no, I'm going to do the Kindle first. So it's out there, and it will be out in paperback soon. But if you are a group or something and you do want me to talk and read about the book, I am more than happy to do that. And we can set up a Zoom, or if you're local, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that, because yes, I don't use the words change right now, and I'm not using the words transformation, but that's what the poems are about. And it's just a life just like everyone else. It's a life experience of reaching deeply, as I talk about in the book, the abysmal chambers of our hearts, and figuring out, how can I be better today? What did I learn yesterday? You know what I mean? And what is around me that I can see and I can't see, and just becoming aware, because you want to be aware as much as you can in this world, and to enjoy your life, and also to help others get through it. So I do talk highly metaphorical in my poems. That's just how it flows. It's the only way I know how to convey the very deep ideas and thoughts that I'm thinking and I want to write and convey to you. So that's how I do it. And anyway, with that, I am happy to be on here today live. I'm a little shocked. I haven't been live for a little bit. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.